So Nathan, Whitby Town out of the FA Cup against Marske this afternoon. Much improved performance from midweek, but obviously ultimately disappointed to be out.
It was definitely an improved performance. We looked solid. We worked on things in midweek, and we could see that. We looked a lot more organised. Contained Marske pretty well. By the first 5-10 minutes, we looked a little bit nervous. But yeah, it was, from our side of things, we've come out at the end of another defeat. The saving grace is it's in the cup. We're never going to win the FA Cup, and we need to look forward to the league now.
Yeah, and just looking at how the game panned out in the first half, barring Marske hitting the crossbar from Dom Curl, very much holding their own defensively, never really looked too troubled. So that's one pleasing element, that something that was completely different from Tuesday.
Yeah, we held our own. I think we were, like I said, very, very organised. We contained them very well. We were always susceptible to a counter attack. We didn't take advantage of it enough. I think Harry Green got him once. They recovered quite well on that. But we had some half chances in that half. Just things aren't going for us at the minute.
No, eventually Whitby sort of starting to grow into the game as the half wore on, without creating anything clear cut. Which again, that's part of the frustration that we've seen the last few weeks, just not having that final product in the final third.
Yeah, listen, I don't think we've played as well as what we can do. We did look a little bit nervous, but it was a nip and tuck game. I think Marske were very, very similar in their kind of approach, and the goal's a turning point. It's a blatant free kick, and they've scored from it. But again, it's a decision that we're not in control of, and it just seems to be the way things are going.
Yeah, and you mentioned about that goal. It was, you've mentioned about sort of the decision in the build-up to it not being given, and that's ultimately, left Whitby a bit short of numbers at the back, and they've gone and scored from that. That's the frustrating element of it. The fact that, yes, you didn't create a lot, but at the same time, apart from that, probably would have finished 0 and gone to a replay.
Yeah, listen, we'd have took that because we didn't do enough on the day to go win it, I don't think. But the ref on a whole, I think he's had a decent game. Just it's a key decision that I think everyone in the ground, their bench included, it was, everyone was expecting a foul, a blatant foul. He didn't give it, and they've scored against the run of play because of that. But we've got to be better, and we've got to be better. I think the pleasing thing for me now is this is out the way. I can start to look at refreshing the group. I've got a full week to do that. Work's ongoing with it. We're going to be back in training Tuesday, Thursday. We need to work on certain elements of our attacking play, I think, and we need to be ready for Nantwich next week.
Yeah, and looking ahead to that game against Nantwich, obviously, it's back in the league against a side that haven't had the best start themselves, and I'm sure that with a couple of additions which you might have in by that time next week, hopefully go and get that first win, hopefully.
Yeah, but listen, we've got to do the basics. We need to change a mentality around. It's a losing mentality at the moment. A goal of someone's backside or whatever, I'm sure it'll change our fortunes, because they're a great, honest group of lads there. But the chips are low at the minute, and it takes some real, hard characters and experience to get out of this. So we need to bring faces in with experience, people who are going to, or players that are going to help us at the right end of the pitch, and I think we'll have a vastly improved squad of players really for the position that we're in. But yeah, there's a lot of work to do next week.
Yeah, and obviously in terms of how this week's panned out as well, Lee Bullock stepping down during the week. How have you found it? Obviously, getting sort of trying to find an assistant, but I know that Jonathan Franks, he's been quite a key role in training, obviously today as well.
Yeah, well, it was streamlined really. It was an easy decision to bring Franksy alongside me. He was brought in for reasons of advancing his coaching career, so he's going to be there. We're also bringing in somebody else next week. Another very experienced ex-professional who's managed at a decent level as well in the Football League. So it's, from a management point of view with the backroom team, that's all in place. As far as working on my own, I'm saying nothing changes. It's always a little bit different not having your pal there beside you to bounce ideas off. But Lee's left for his own reasons. He's looking forward in a different direction now, and he knows what football's like. He's still around the place. But yeah, we have to move forward, and we need to do that quite quickly.
Thank you very much, Nathan.